Hi, this is Rob Leo, and in this tutorial we're going to continue to look at Seesaw, a great tool for documenting student learning. In previous tutorials you saw how to manage your account, you saw how to manage your class, you saw how to invite students with Google, you saw how to invite parents. What we're going to take a look at next is a little more in-depth look at the student journaling process. Notice you have several pages here as a teacher. However, as a student, you have a limited number of pages. You only have the journal or the inbox. Let's focus on the journal for a moment. Again, from the student point of view, I am simply going to add something with the plus sign to my account. And again, I have several different options for what it is I want to add. So for example, in the previous tutorial, you saw how to do a photo and doctor it up with annotations, text, captions, and audio. You could do the same for video. If you have a pre-created video, you could drop it in, or you could record live. Using Chromebooks, students can simply face the camera and they could record something. When I worked with a group of second graders in a previous district, the teacher's goal was to have the students talk out loud at how they solved a math equation. And that is certainly something they could do with this record video process. If you're going to get a pop-up. I'm on the Chrome browser, but you'll also get a pop-up on your Chromebooks asking for access to the camera. If students click block, you can always turn it back on. I'm just going to click allow. And there's my camera. When I'm ready to record, I can simply click the start recording button. But if you aren't sure, if you don't get this screen to come up, you can click the lock icon. And here is where you can turn on your camera access and your microphone access. So let's pretend the question is, how do you make 75 cents with the fewest amount of coins, or perhaps even as many possible ways of making 75 cents with as many coin combinations as possible. You can simply click start recording, gives you a countdown, and you can look at the camera and you can say, I can make 75 cents with 3 quarters. I can do it with 2 quarters, 2 dimes, and a nickel. I can do it with 2 quarters and 5 nickels. However it is, you can make 75 cents in as many combinations as possible. Once you're done recording, you can click finish recording. It's going to process your video. That's a great look. If you aren't satisfied, you could record again. Of course, you can press the play button. You can say, I can make 75 cents with 3 quarters. I can do it with 2 quarters, 2 dimes, and a nickel. If you're satisfied with the video, you can click add video. It will upload it. This is an explain and reflect type activity, but if you're satisfied with all that, one other option is to add a caption. Again, the green check mark completes all of your transactions. So I've got my video, I've got my caption. When I'm all set, I can click the green check mark and it's going to share it. I don't have folders set up. This is something the teacher would have to create. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. But if we're all set, we can click the check mark. It appears on the class stream, at least from the student's point of view. From the teacher point of view, once again, you're going to have an indication that somebody would like to post something to the stream. The teacher has to approve of it. Approve this one item. This is the one item. I can click approve. Once it's approved, parents can access it. Other students can view it. They can like, they can comment. Mention class folders though. Let's take a look at the wrench. I just want to find a location where the students can, or where the teacher can set up folders for the students to organize their stuff. So after clicking the wrench icon, if you scroll down, there's a place to manage folders. You could also show add to folder step if you wanted to. By default, it's set to never, but notice every time a student posts, they're asked to place it in a folder, although there aren't any folders set up. So to set up some folders, to organize content, once again, we're going to go down to the Manage Folders option in your settings, and you can create a new folder. All that's how to make 75 cents. You can choose colors for your folders, and you can then create a folder. Let's do the same activity as a student. Do it one more time. I'm going to go to our journals page. Here's me. Here's my class. Actually, let's go to the home page. And we'll go to the journals. I'm not on the student page. Sorry about that. I'm like, where is it? Let's go back to the student screen. Here we go. So here we are as a student adding something. This time I'm going to use the drawing feature to make 75 cents. Let's say I want to add 25 cents plus 25 cents. I'm just using my mouse to write. You could also do this on the screen. Plus 25 cents. I did not undergo Common Core Math, so I'm going to carry the 1 here. And I'm going to go 2, 4, 6, 7. I'm going to drop my decimal place down in the same position, and I've made 75 cents. Of course, you can also draw some quarters if you want. The drawing tool is pretty handy. I'm on the second to smallest icon. Maybe I can use a dime, another dime, another quarter, and perhaps a nickel. These are all drawn to scale, obviously. And I can make 75 cents that way as well. When I'm all done, did not capture my pen strokes, but it did capture what I wrote. I'm just going to click the check mark. And again, down below, I can also add some stuff to this if I want to record. I can simply tap the microphone. I made 75 cents by doing math the old-fashioned way. I also drew some coins. 25 cents and 25 cents is 50 cents. A dime and a dime is 20. 50 and 20 is 70. 5 more is 75. Now I've got my drawing. Now I've got my audio. Let's pretend I'm all done. I click the check mark. I can go back and label. I can add a caption. You've seen those things before. I should be able now to put this in a folder. Simply check the box to the folder, and it will upload it directly to that folder. So content can be organized, and you can kind of see this particular post is now labeled. Again, back on the teacher screen, what you should now see, since we're all done with that, what you should now see back on the journal page, once again, I've got one unapproved item. I simply have to go in as a teacher and approve it. If I wanted to see that particular folder, I can search by student. If I wanted to look by student, I can also look at the unapproved items. But let's just go back to the main page here to see what the students have posted. My message is telling me that everything has been approved, so I'm just going to go back to the class journal. And once again, I can kind of see all of the posts that have come in succession. If you need to click on a folder, you can click on it and see all the stuff that's contained inside that folder. So organizing that content looks to be like it's relatively easy. It just takes a little bit of management on the teacher's part to go into their wrench icon and then start to build out their class folders. And again, if you wanted the students to place stuff in a folder, that you would have to allow that by prompting them to place stuff in a folder once they finish with their post. So just to review, the student created a new journal activity. I'm getting confused here. Let me go back to my student screen. They simply click the plus sign. You've seen photo, you've seen video, you've seen drawing. In the next couple of videos, we'll take a look at some of these other things. But once they are able to do that, they can add audio to stuff, they can annotate on top of stuff, they can add captions to stuff. And again, it's just clicking on little check marks as they proceed through the process and placing stuff where it goes. Thanks for listening, and I hope you found this useful.